Okay, true believers, our review over here is of the Toyota Rush. And if you're looking for a reliable car that's affordable, that is 7-seater, and this is a nice color also, then the Rush might be an option for you. Let's take a look at the, before we do the walk around, let's take a look at the Toyota Rush's price. It's a 1.5 liter, so it's not that big, the engine. So it's almost the same size as like a big motorcycle. But what you have to be paying attention to is that it's under 1 million pesos, under $20,000. Of course, that price has its disadvantages. There's its pros and cons. The big pro is it's a Toyota reliability, under 1 million pesos or under $20,000, but it is a 1.5 liter E and manual transmission. So let's walk around. Now that you got the price, now that you know what you're dealing with, let's take a look at what we're actually getting for this price. This is a nice color. This is probably my second choice. My first choice is black. Second choice is white because it's classic. Black and white always go together. If there's any color that goes, black goes with anything, white goes with anything. So black and white are traditional classic colors. And let's walk around first, so you get an idea what it's like as people are checking you out while they're walking around or driving around you. So it's sporty. Sorry for the backlight. Let me walk around and you get your spoiler in the back. Let's walk around slowly here, so when people are driving around you, walking around you, you know exactly what they're looking at. They're looking at the Toyota Rush and they're going, wow, is that a 7-seater mini SUV for under 1 million? Well, yes it is. And it's got the dual variable valve timing injection. I assume that's what it means. Not bad for under 1 million. So let's take a look at the front. I don't mind the gapping here. Somebody did so there. I was getting OCD with that gapping. I didn't want people to look at it and say, oh, what's this big gap right there on the hood? It's not, it was just popped open. Alright, let's take a look at the front. Headlights. You look like they're standard, nothing to write home about. But you do get this chrome plastic, chrome plastic fog lights. It's not an empty fog light. I hate that when there's like a place for a fog light and there's no fog light. It drives me nuts. It's just like, put a fog light on me. Well, and they leave it blank, or they leave it empty, and then why even bother putting it there and then leaving it empty? Oh, you could put it afterwards. It's just like one extra step. You put it there for a reason, and you don't put the reason there. So my only big gripe is, these big huge gap in the middle. I mean, it's filled in, but you can kind of still see through it. At the bottom grill is not bad. And as you can see, I don't see any, as you can see, you don't see any sensors. So the front, it's just there. It doesn't say, look at me. It doesn't say, I'm angry. It just says, okay, I'm a little mini SUV. I'm a little mini, I assume front wheel drive SUV. So at least you got the repeaters on the side mirrors. And let's look at the back here first. So as you can see, it collapses forward, so that's a nice feature. And it looks like it's 60-40 splitting. But here's the third row seating. Oh, it just flips back like that and flips up like that. So if you want to create more trunk space, you can. But it's third row seating, so it's versatile. It's got the 3-point seat belts. It's kind of nice. What is that up there? Okay, well, I'm not too worried about it because you're not really going to be, but there's a lot of seat belts. Look at that, there's a seat belt over there, there's a seat belt over there. So they were keeping in mind the safety of the third row passengers. I don't really have that many third row passengers on but it's nice. It's a nice option to have, especially if you're going to be using this for like they call a service over here. If you're going to be using this for to haul the kids around and their friends, or like your the soccer team, you can fit 7 people, 7 soccer dad, soccer mom, and 6 other football players. Maybe 2 or 5 other football players, 3 people here, 2 people in the back. So it's got the usual Toyota, no headroom, decent leg room. So I'm 5'10" and got decent leg room. But the headroom, as usual, if you're over 6 feet, you're gonna hit your head on it. So no tall people over here, but the local Philippines market, it's okay. As usual, cloth seats, because this is the cheapest. This is the E version. So you're just gonna get cloth seats. You're not gonna get a lot of power or anything. Speakers, cup holders. There's 2 cup holders over here. There's one over here, one over here. Then let's look at the captain's chair. We got the usual power mirrors, power windows, cup holder, and what is this? Off? You can turn off the traction control. Okay, let's look at the steering wheel. You got volume control. Here's what the gauge looks like. Here's what the infotainment looks like. It's got the auxiliary, so you could put the headphones jack in there, and the auxiliary, USB. Got the Toyota on it. And then you got digital air conditioning. Even has one for the rear. What is this? And outlets. And here's your stick shift. And it's got 3 pedals. You know, I can actually drive a stick shift. Not a lot of people can now anymore because most of the cars are. But the reverse is over here, all the way at the end. Your standard, like that's what most Japanese cars are. There. Reverse. You can feel it. Like that. First, second, third, fourth, fifth. Like so. Okay. Passenger airbag, sunglasses. Put your sunglasses there. Map light and card holder. Yes, there's a card holder in here also. I should get this. And what's nice is the vents. They have air vents up here, so that's kind of nice for your back passengers. I forgot there's air vents up here also. Okay. But the third row is screwed. You're not gonna get air vents back there. It's gonna get really hot back there. And look, this has 2 cup holders. You know, there's more cup holders over here, so lots of cup holders. They were really thinking about all your passengers. You have like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 cup holders over here just in the front. Okay. And let's pop the hood and the trunk. What the heck is the trunk? Where are you, trunk release? I only see a gas. This is adjustable right here. That's where the heck is the? There's a place there for your cell phone. That's kind of cool. Well, if I can't get to the trunk, maybe there's a handle here. Oh, there's a backup mirror. Forgot. So while we're here at the back, we'll review the back. Oh, okay. So it's lift up like that. So that's cool. So you could open it from the back. It's got this light and cup holders, cell phone holders, cup holders again. Okay, got to do the back. So here's what the trunk space looks like, and so it's got here's your rear lights. It's got this black cladding. Got your rush. Backup camera. So for less than 1 million, you get a backup camera, and you get. So for this price, I probably would get this instead of the Wigo. I mean, they're both front-wheel drive. I don't really like front-wheel drive SUVs. It just doesn't make sense to me. But probably you can do it for a sedan, you can do it for a compact car, but not for SUVs. So I'm not a big fan of this different color. I just wish this was white. These are just reflectors, but you do get backup sensors. You know what? The tailpipe. Toyota is really horrible when it comes to tailpipes. You can't even see it. Look at that. Like really tiny over here. So look at that. Look how that's just. Other cars still put in I guess I'd rather have that than a stupid fake tailpipe that Chinese cars like to do. But you gotta. I remember my Acura Integra had 2 twin tailpipes coming out, and it just looked so sporty. Without it, it just looks like it's missing. You know, Mazda is really good at giving us pretty tailpipes, but Toyota and Honda, but Toyota, man, it's not important to them. But they will put this cheap-looking bumper over here. I wish that was white, and I wish at least you get for under $1 million, you get actual steel wheels. Okay, it's not that big, but pretty good enough. And like I said, first thing I would do is probably replace these, turn them into the same body color. I want all this to be the same body color, unless you just get black. Then you don't have to change anything. If you get a black car, then all this will be like done on purpose. This won't stick out. So third brake light, and look, it's for under 1 million, you get a shark fin. Here, look at this. You know, for almost 2 million. Look at this Hilux over there gets the cheesy antenna. But for under 1 million, you actually get this shark fin. I don't know if it's actually works or not, but people don't use their radios anymore. Okay, last thing we're gonna look at is the engine bay compartment. You know, this Toyota dealer over here, usually they have like these, they usually like have hot girls in skimpy skirts, short skirts over here. So, but I don't really I don't want to really get in trouble filming girls in short skimpy skirts at this moment while I'm doing my review. Yeah, but Toyota dealers are famous for that. Well, a lot of places are famous for that here. So they don't really have that kind of harassment or sexual discrimination that we would experience out in the West. So this is what the engine bay compartment looks like. So you want to know what a 1.5 cc engine looks like? Look at all this. Look at this huge space right here. So there's a lot of space there if you want to like add turbo or whatever it is that tuners like to do. There's a lot of space in here. And if you want to replace this 1.5 liter engine with a bigger engine, then you got all this space over here. Okay. So here I'll look at it from the inside. Slowly pan out. so you can appreciate what the engine looks like. For some people, it's important. They want to see what it looks like in there. That's fine. A lot of engineering people. So here you go. Knock yourself out. So that's what it looks like. Okay, final thoughts on this. So if you want a compact SUV and you for less than 1 million and you need 7 seats and you know how to drive the manual transmission, it's kind of a pain over here, but if cost is more important, then go ahead and why not get the base model Toyota Rush 1.5 liter manual transmission. You do get a lot. You do get a alloy wheels, backup sensor, backup cameras, third row seating, and it's sportier than a Innova or a van. So I would probably pick this over an Innova over getting a soccer van. Just something about vans are just not sexy. Okay, let's take some pictures.